What's up, guys? Bolt here, bringing a brand new movie car remake. In today's remake, is it self-explanatory? I'm dressed up as Alan Grant from Jurassic Park. That's right, I got a request for a vehicle from Jurassic Park, and there she is. I came up with a custom crew color, also designed it myself because there's a lot of different Jeeps, and we can't really recreate it to the way that Jeep Wrangler actually is made. But I got a request that someone wanted me to make the Jurassic Park Jeep out of the Hellion. So I'll put that on the screen right now so you can see who that's from. Again, thank you very much. And yeah, we'll get right into things. As you can see, it's the Jeep Wrangler, or the Hellion. I think it's based on a Jeep. Design is pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy. Again, it is my own design. I say that because there's different designs that you could come up with. I'll show you a couple other ideas that you can come up with that you can make your own. But this is the one I came up with. It's kind of plain, simple, doesn't cost too much, and it just, for the most part, screams Jurassic Park Jeep. So let's get into the start of things. You need to go to the websites, as always, Travel and Transport, and then Southern San Andreas. You're going to go down a little bit and find the Hellion, part of the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC. The Hellion is going to cost you $835,000. Now, it's a very expensive car. I say with the full modifications for performance and a little bit of cosmetic appearance designs, you're going to be spending probably close to about $1 million on this car in total. Maybe a little bit more, depending on how much you actually want to put into it and how designed you want to actually make it. So let's go inside and create, or show you how I created the beauty. So as we pull in, the Hellion is in the off-road category. That's right, it's an off-road car. That kind of is self-explanatory with the giant tires, and it kind of screams it. The logo on the side, like the globe oil, they couldn't put the Jurassic Park logo on there. But, they have the number 15 on there. If you wanted to, you could put that on the plate. I'll go over that in a little bit. So, as I go over in all my videos, I go over the overall look, the visual appearance, and the basic design of the car and how it's portrayed in the movie and or game itself. Anything else is completely up to you. I just put a few staples in here that you should probably follow, that you want to make sure to keep, to make sure it turns out the way it should. Also, it depends on how much money you actually want to put into the car itself. So, without further ado, let's get into the build. To start things off, you want to go with the front bumper. I went with the stock front bumper. All the other ones just kind of put like a giant ram bar on the front. The other one that you could possibly go with would be something along the lines of the lifted ram bar, or even the bull bar number 2. You want to make sure you have a black or a kind of darked out front grille. You don't want to use the secondary or the primary, since they're both going to be the same color. So you want to go with like just the basic design. That's why I kind of went with this basic design here. It's got a chrome on the front plus the black pieces on it. It kind of gives more of like a Jeep feeling to it as well. After that, we move on to the rear bumpers. You just want to keep the stock rear bumper. The reason being is because it puts a lot of cages and things on the back. There are a few you could probably go with, you can try to get away with, but for the most part, I would say just stay with a stock one. After that, we move on to the exhaust. The stock exhaust is the one you want to go for. It has the 2 back exhaust here. All the other ones, put them out the hood, which you don't want. Yeah, we're going to put a twin turbo on this Jeep. We could, but if we're trying to recreate the actual Jurassic Park Jeeps, that's not what you want to do. After that, we move on to the fenders. You want to go with the stock primary fenders. They jut out a little bit more over the wheel, which is kind of more like a Jeep design. I was also thinking about going with these right here, the primary flared fenders, but they cover up the livery design. So you don't want to do that. You just want to go with the stock primary fenders. After that, we move on to the grill. You want to go with the chrome slatted grill, or slated grill, however you say that. You just want to make sure you make it look like as close to the Jeep as you can. And this, in my opinion, makes it look more like a Jeep than anything. After that, move on to the lights. You just want to keep them stock. Don't put the xenons on. Just no neon kit on this car, so don't worry about spending money on that. And then we move on to the livery. The livery you want to go for is the Globe Ranger. Now, you would kind of think it would be... It is pretty much reminiscent to the Jurassic Park livery. I think the Globe Ranger is their way of saying, like, you know, Jurassic Park Ranger. Like, they can't really say the Jeep Ranger, which is, you know, the Jurassic Park Ranger Jeeps. Since that would be copyright. So they came up with their own thing, which is Globe Ranger, or Globe Oil on the side. The number 15 is the number of the car that's actually on the side of the car, and it pretty much says what number car you're driving. The few that were in the movie are Jeep 10, Jeep 12, Jeep 14, Jeep 18, and Jeep 29. If you really wanted to, which I'll get back to that in a little bit, number 15 is probably their own rendition, so they didn't copy those numbers. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Again, it does look really, really close to the Jurassic Park Jeep. I mean, it pretty much is, in my opinion. From there, we move on to the plate. Now, you want to put on the blue and white 3. Since their plates weren't really anything all that special, they had, like, just the basic Jurassic Park logo on the front and then a number plate on the front. But we can't put it on the front, so we think we'll put it on the back. You just want to go with the basic white plate, as much white as you can on that, and then just make it your own. If you wanted to, you could put a number. Like I said, there are a couple numbers you could put, which is 10, 12, 14, 18, 29. Or you could even put the 15 on the side here on the back if you wanted to do that. That just gives you a representation of what the actual, you know, what Jeep it is. Save respray for last, we go into the roll cage. Now, it does kind of have like a roll cage, since, you know, there wouldn't be a roof on this or anything. Your best option is to either put in just like the primary cage or no cage. You just don't want the actual, like, you know, part going down the front. So you can either go with the primary cage or no roll cage, your choice. I just went with none because it just kind of fits it a bit better. If there was no roof option, or if there was no, like the top of this part wasn't here, I would probably put a roll cage in it just to fit it out a bit more. But again, they have people in the back seat and all that, so, you know, that would kind of make sense not to have a roll cage. So, again, your decision. After that, we move on to the roof. Now, this is my own design. Things you can go with is either the stock roof, make it look as close to a Jeep as possible. You can go with, you know, a raid rack. You can go with the light bar, or you can go with the combination of the two. I believe the combination of the two looks pretty cool. You know, it kind of gives a bit more design to the top, as well as putting the giant light bar on top, which unfortunately does not work. So do note that the light bar does not work. So if you just get the light bar, it's just there for show. It's not there for use, which is very sad. After that, we move on to the skirts. You want to stick with the stock skirts. They just have the side steps. They don't have no bars or anything, so don't worry about putting that on. So just stick with the stock skirts. Again, save yourself some money. It's not going to cost you too much to customize this thing, so save yourself a little bit of money on that. After that, we move on to the suspension. Make sure you guys keep that stock. It's an off-road vehicle, and Jeeps really don't lower their vehicles, so make sure you do keep it stock. From there, we move on to the wheels. Wheel type is going to be off-road, of course. And then you're going to go to the stock rims. You're going to find the 5-star rims. These are the closest ones I could find, the actual ones from the movie. The reason I say that is because the ones from the movie don't have the chrome ring around it, but this is Rockstar's design, so it would be all one color like that. Unfortunately, I don't like those, and I don't think they fit the best. I think these fit the best for the actual Ranger Jeep, so that's my choice. We go back, we go to the wheel color. I went with the Blaze Red. I figure and just kind of think it fits the livery the best. It is, you know, pretty much red, I know, but still, I feel like the red is just too bright. If you go the Blaze Red, it goes a little bit darker, and it kind of blends in with the livery, in my opinion. Honestly, it doesn't really matter which one you go with. I went with the Blaze Red, but you could go with red if you wanted to. For the tires, you do want custom tire design, because it does put custom tires on the car, as well as the Jeeps, sorry, in the movie, actually do have text on the side of their tires. So you do want the custom tires on. That makes it look a bit more badass as well, because I love the tires, how they change actual tread if you put the custom tires on. They just look so much better. After that, tire enhancements is completely up to you. Apparently, I put bulletproof tires on when I purchased this, so yeah. Again, your choice. Tire smoke, you do want white tire smoke. I should just always say white tire smoke. I never see any different tire smoke from any other movies or games. So, but I go over it anyways. After that, we move on to the window plates. You do want to make sure you have no window plates. It's a Jeep after all. It's not going to have armor plating and all this stuff. No. You just want to make sure it is just no window plates. After that, move on to the windows. You just want to make sure it has no tint. Not even a little bit, because again, it's a Jeep, and they don't really have any tint. They're just there for show. They're there for getting around. It's not there for, you know, car shows and such. It's not there for, you know, looking appearance-wise. So you just want to make sure you have none. Alright, so after that, we move on to the respray. I will see you guys in 2 seconds with my primer color on, which is the rolled steel. Alright, and we're back. As you can see, I have my basic primer color on, which I always put on all my builds, which is the classic rolled steel. This way you can kind of see the livery in all its glory, as well as kind of get an idea of what the color changes to. Again, I'll put the hex code in the description below, as well as on screen right now, for the custom crew color that I made for this car. As you can kind of see, it's almost like a cream color, but it's a lot brighter, a bit of a more pink hue in it as well. So we're going to change it up a little bit with the pearlescent. So we're going to add the crew color first, as you can see. Then we're going to go down to the pearlescents. You're going to go down and you're going to add a little bit of a shine to it with the bluish silver pearlescent. This will also add a little bit of a blue tint to it to kind of turn the tint a little bit better. After that, we move on to the secondary color. You want to go down to the crew color and you just want to apply that as well. And again, I might even put the RGB down in the description below. I won't put it on screen, but I will check and put it down in the description for you guys. Make sure you guys do check the description. I do put some very key essential details that you need to make sure you check in there. And that is it. That is how you recreate, or in my rendition of the Jurassic Park Jeep Wranglers from, well, Jurassic Park. Even the new movies. I think they had the number 29 in the new movie, I believe, or something like that. So, yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. Again, customization is a little bit up to you. A few staples, I say, are the front bumper, side skirts, wheels, paint color, livery, back bumper. The roll cage and the interior is up to you. The front roll bar with the spotlights on it, you can put them on if you wish. And the top of the roof is completely up to you as well. So we're going to go outside so you guys can see this in the dark, which is good as well. LJT, you always ruin most of my videos, dude. So as you can see, we turn a little bit at a time, and it kind of gives a bit more of a grayish, bluish tint to it, like a hue, in the dark. That's what the pearlescent does. Plus, it makes it shine a bit more as well. It's not too overpowering like the frost white and the ice white pearls. The bluish silver is just enough to make it really shiny. Now, if you guys didn't know, this car is actually a fantastically great... Fantastically? I can't even speak right now. This car is a fantastic off-road vehicle. So if you guys don't own one, I would highly, highly recommend getting one. And again, you can also recreate this vehicle, which is pretty cool. I mean, I'm not really sure what you could do with it. I guess you could do some role plays with it, but again, there's no animals or dinosaurs in GTA Online, so that is completely up to you if you want to try that. So as I'm cruising around right now, I'm getting a little bit off-road real quick. And my expenses are coming out, which is fantastic. I love that. I don't think I'm in... No, I'm in passive mode. That's right. Because I am in a public session mode. Apparently everybody left. Awesome. But anyways, I think that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, don't forget to smash like, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter down in the description below. And if you guys have any requests for any other kind of movie car remakes or any kind of remakes in general, I'll do my best to recreate it. I'll let you know if I can or cannot. And if I can't, I'm not going to waste my time and yours. I will tell you straight up that I can't, but, you know, I'm always happy to at least try my best to do so, and, yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a great day. I thank you all very much for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.